I can feel another project coming on. So tell me this lady's story.
I think this one's pretty obvious. You know, we've been looking for anything with flowers on it.
Yes, and this has multiple.
It has, and so I just saw that, so the flowers up here, the flowers down here, and I just thought this one's a no-brainer, and it was $250.
You couldn't buy the timber for that, to be honest, could you?
And it's stunning, and the mirror, I loved it.
Where do you imagine this going for you at the Rose Farm? Where do you see it?
Oh gosh, there's so many different places.
Yeah.
But we were talking too about our next charity shop. We have to get some beautiful china to put on here and some nice jugs, and so it could go in so many different places.
And do you know what I find amazing about this? I was looking at it. I look at the workmanship, not just in, you know, putting the table on and the mirror in, but I look at the workmanship in the carving. That is all hand carved. Someone, you know, maybe even a century ago, I don't know, I'm not a historian, but a really long time ago, they forged the metal for these handles, which are in perfect condition. They carved out, like there's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 panels that they hand carved, and I don't know, I feel like someone's heart and soul went into this.
I know, I'm so glad we found it.
We're a bit blessed, really.
Yeah.
As always, sand and clean all surfaces before painting. A quick tip for taping up surfaces is to work with smaller pieces of tape rather than long pieces that will just end up sticking to themselves. Now, I purchased this Porter's paint from my local Bristol store, and I'm actually going to be adding water into it. So it will be 4 parts paint and 1 part water. Now, this is a water-based paint, which means that the paint and the water will mix together just fine to create this really lovely wash after you apply it and rub most of the paint off. When you're painting detailed areas such as these flowers, make sure that you're getting the paint into every groove before you're wiping it off with a damp rag. Paint in the direction of the wood and wipe it off in the same direction. This will give you a really beautiful finish. Apply as much or as little paint as you see fit. If there's too much paint, apply a small amount of clean water to the rag and wipe the area down until you get the effect that is just perfect for you. Make sure you catch any little drips as soon as possible. With this technique, it allows the natural wood to show through, so any drips or marks or spills are still visible beneath the paint. The top of this buffet had clearly been well used throughout the years, as there were coffee stains and other marks that sanding was never ever going to remove. So painting the top with a solid white will not only remove the problem of the stains, but it creates a really beautiful contrast to the whitewash that's over the rest of the piece. When gapping, ensure the paint is completely dry and that the area is dust free. I keep a clean rag on hand to wipe away the excess immediately. The final stage of this makeover is the wax. So apply the wax liberally with a wax brush before then rubbing it back with a clean, dry cloth. The finished product is just amazing. This beautiful wash creates a beautiful, unique style, and the solid bench top is the perfect centerpiece for the buffet. Now, all that's left to do is move the buffet into its new home. Thanks for watching. Did you know we run workshops for all things DIY and renovation? I've popped the link below with our schedule for the rest of the year. Hope to see you there sometime soon.